with those. Don't put the tops back on. I want to wash them.
Oh, I'll do that for you.
No, you don't have to bother. You've got more important things to do over the hospital.
I'm off this morning.
Oh?
Besides, what's more important than putting a little salt and pepper in life?
Oh, yes. You've always been a good one for that.
Where's little Johnny? He's not in his playpen.
I know he isn't, darling. His grandfather took him up to the park for a while.
Oh, it's a beautiful day today, isn't it?
Perfect day for the park.
And you look terrific.
Thank you.
Where are you off to?
Oh, I'm going to go line up some volunteers for Frank.
I thought that was later on today.
Oh, it is later on, but I'm going to go meet Sheila for some coffee first. May, while I'm out, can I run any errands for you?
I can't think of anything.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys in a couple of hours then.
All right, darling. Have a good day.
Pull in those workers.
Yeah, I'll try.
Seems like Dee's still under a little strain.
Yeah, I think it's a campaign. She's not altogether comfortable with strangers, you know. She always thinks she's going to say something wrong and make Frank look bad.
She deserves a lot of credit for standing by Frank the way she has.
Oh, yes, they both do. They both been working very hard to keep their marriage together. And I think it's getting easier every day. I think, in some ways, it's better than it ever has been.
I just realized something. In less than a couple of weeks, I'll be the only Ryan in Riverside who isn't married. I've got to get Siobhan home to give me some moral support.
Ah, yes, you could do that.
I'll work on it while she's home for the wedding.
Oh, yes, you do that, will you?
I guess Mary's pretty busy over at Channel R this morning with Sam and Renee both gone.
I hope that's not where she is.
Hmm?
Well, she's supposed to be looking for a wedding dress. Georgia was going to meet her at a bridal shop.
Mary in a wedding dress? You mean she's not getting married in her blue jean skirt?
Ah, saints preserve us, I hope not.
I got an idea. She could wear your wedding blouse and her blue jean skirt.
Would you just mind saving that suggestion for someone else? Because Mary's just crazy enough to take you up on it. Though she would look lovely in my blouse, wouldn't she?
No. What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? Absolutely nothing that I can see. It's perfectly lovely. Don't you think it's lovely on her? Oh, it's very pretty.
This is exactly the way I always wanted to look. The way I dreamed I'd look when I was a little girl.
Me too. Well, then you must have it.
Only, I'm afraid it's not right.
What if it's what you always wanted?
Well, it's just not me, is it, Georgia?
Well,
I'm sorry. I hate to take up so much time. But if I could see something else, something simpler, maybe.
I'll see what I can find.
I gotta settle on something today.
When's the wedding?
Next week, assuming the groom shows up.
Now, this is the way I like to begin a beautiful day.
Glad I caught you in.
Oh, so am I. Look, I'll call the hospital and tell them I'm going to be late.
No, don't call the hospital. I can't stay very long.
Well, why not?
First of all, I have to go to a meeting. I have to get some volunteers for Frank. Second of all, I have to go to this pizza parlor that's opening and congratulate the owners.
Oh, Frank's terrific. He really gives you all the good jobs to do, doesn't he?
He didn't give that to me. I volunteered to do it. Frank is too busy to do things like that.
Well, look, if Frank's going to be busy all day, I'll take the day off. And you can come back here after you finish your campaign chores. Look, in fact, why don't you pick up a pizza while you're congratulating new proprietors, and we'll have it here for lunch.
I'm not coming back here for lunch.
Well, why not?
Because if you haven't noticed, I'm furious with you.
You're talking about the other night at Lem's. I'm sorry about that.
I'm not just talking about Lems. Last night you come into Ryan's and you sit there and you purposely sit next to Frank and you purposely talk to him about me. Now, you know you upset me.
But there was no harm done. Frank didn't even expect.
Oh, yeah, you were having a great time. Your wonderful, cute little games. You wanted to see how close you could get to Frank about telling him about us. And didn't you do that?
They weren't games, Dee. I came to Ryan's because I wanted to see you for a few minutes. And maybe, just maybe, get the chance to remind you how much I love you.
Is that the way that you remind me that you love me? You scare me half out of my mind?
Honey, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't do that to you. But I just can't help
You
it.
can't help it.
Look, it drives me crazy to see you with him. Look, do you know what it does to me inside? To see you holding hands, or Frank with his arm around you, or see the two of you sitting and grinning at each other. I mean, it hurts like hell, Dee. Honey, I love you. And I want you. But you know, I get scared too. I get scared when I feel like you're slipping away from me. And I just can't bear the thought of losing you. Do you understand that?
I understand. I don't want to lose you. But you have to know that Frank and Little John are the most important thing in the world to me. If I lose them, I'll have nothing.
But you'll have me.
No, I won't have you. Don't you see, if you make me lose my family, I will hate you. I will never see you again.
I bet I can find a way to make you change your mind.
No, don't do this. I came here, I want to talk to you seriously.
But can't we talk seriously with our arms around each other?
No, I don't like that because it distracts me.
But I want to be distracted.
No, please don't do this. I'm not getting through to you at all.
Oh, you're wrong, Dee. You always get through to me.
Would you just listen to me? Do you see how terribly unfair this whole thing is?
Okay. Okay, you're right. I agree. What I've been doing is unfair to a lot of people. Now, what I should do is go directly to Frank and tell him exactly how I feel about you and tell him to let you go. No more games. Just the truth, straight out.
You wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't I?
It's cruel. You wouldn't do that. I would never see you again, and I would never care about you again, even if my marriage was over.
Then what do you suggest we do?
We accept it. We accept the way things are. I'll see you whenever I can.
When you decide you can. And how often is that going to be?
Once, twice a week.
Once, twice a week.
I'll try. I'll try to make it more often.
You don't leave me much choice. Okay. That's the way it has to be.
It'll be better for both of us. See, we won't spend all this time fighting with each other. We'll just spend time together.
I don't mind that. I don't even mind the arguments. I just want to be with you.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so relieved. See, you understand. Oh, look, I gotta go. I'll call you as soon as I can.
I'll be waiting. I'm sorry, Dee. Once or twice a week is not enough.
Oh, this is taking so much time.
We've only been here an hour.
But we're not finding anything.
Do you want to try someplace else?
Oh, Georgia, there's so much to do. I can't go all over town looking for a dress today.
Mary, it's not just a dress, it's your wedding dress.
Maybe I'm being too particular. You think I am?
Stick to your guns. Don't settle for anything less than perfect.
Right. No settling and no compromising. Oh,
What'd you forget?
the wedding dress isn't the only thing I have to buy. I wanted to get a few new things for the honeymoon.
Oh, Do you know where you're going?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't have to tell me.
I want to. I don't believe in all that secretive stuff. We are going down the Mississippi on a stern wheeler.
Mary, how wonderful.
I could hardly believe it. Just when I was afraid that Jack was going to postpone the wedding till 1985, he came up with 2 airline tickets to St. Louis for the night of the wedding. We cruised from there to New Orleans.
Oh, I'm glad there were 2 tickets.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Anyway, I have to get a new bathing suit, and I think I should have a respectable-looking beach robe and a nice dress for evening. Oh, when am I going to find time for it all?
Oh, certainly Sam will let you take the whole day off just this once.
Sam. You don't know about old Sam, do you?
Don't know about what?
Well, there is no Sam as of yesterday. No Sam and apparently no Renee.
They didn't run off together.
No, hardly, unless it was in opposite directions.
But what happened?
Well, it seems that Nick Szabo found out that Sam was operating a little business besides Channel R. A grass business.
He was selling marijuana?
Mm-hmm. And using Renee as his runner.
Sam Crowell? Why, but he seemed like such a decent, responsible, upstanding sort of person.
Yeah, I know he did.
And even Renee Szabo. Not that I'd trust her as far as I could throw her, but I wouldn't expect her to get involved with something criminal.
You know, the irony of the thing is that Nick, paragon of virtue and pillar of the community that he is, apparently had a fit when he found out, and he's the one who forced Sam to leave town.
Oh, that's incredible. But how does Bucky feel about Renee after all that?
George, it's terrible. He and Renee were in the bar having a drink when Sam came in to say goodbye. And one of his parting shots was to tell Bucky that Renee was after the Carter money and not Carter himself.
Oh, no. But I'll bet it was true.
Maybe it was, I don't know. But I think it bothered Bucky a lot more than the fact that Renee was a grass runner.
No, poor Bucky. He's not exactly what you'd call lucky in love.
Here we are. This is one I know you'll like.
Mary, that's beautiful.
You know, I'm afraid white isn't quite appropriate.
Oh, well, nobody worries about that these days. You want to step into this chair?
Sure.
I think this is going to be This one is going to be perfect.
I love it.
It's simple, but it has a certain degree of sophistication.
Ump here, wait.
There. Here we go. There. Oh, Mary. Now that is lovely.
Oh.
There certainly couldn't be anything wrong with that. Of course, you'll be smiling when you walk down the aisle.
I'm sorry. It really is a lovely dress. We just don't do the right things for each other. Oh, George, am I crazy?
No, no. If you could describe a little more fully what you have in mind.
Well, I want something that... No, I can't. I just can't describe it. All I can tell you is I'll know it when I see it.
Oh, do I look thirsty?
No, sleepy.
Well, how could that be when I just woke up a few hours ago?
Well, isn't that the perennial condition for the young intern?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Drink it up.
Hi. I had the most wonderful morning.
Did you, darling?
My feet are killing me, but it's worth every blister. I am good at this. I am really good at this.
Is this the same young woman that walked out here a few hours ago?
I don't recognize her.
Is that coffee in there?
I'll get you a cup.
Oh, Maeve, I signed up to the nuns at St. Agnes's.
Oh, good for you.
And they're going to make a list of all the canvassers.
Hey, great.
Oh, Maeve, and I want to help you, set up for lunch before I leave.
Oh, don't be bothering yourself with that. Just put your feet up and rest a while. That is, if you're not disturbing my young son here.
Oh, am I?
No, I was ready for a break.
Good.
I love seeing you in a good mood.
Well, I kind of like it myself. I had a very successful morning.
Yeah, I can see that.
This campaign is going beautifully, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm all around.
You know what?
What?
I don't think it's so bad being a politician's wife. In fact, I think I love it.
When did you decide that?
I don't know. I just decided I want Frank to win, and I want to spend part of our life in Washington. I really think that'll solve a lot of my problems.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Be a whole new experience for me. I can change old behavior patterns, meet new people. I'll be a lot more interesting. I'll be an interesting wife, I'll be an interesting mother, and I think I'll feel a lot better about myself.
I'd say you already do.
I'm starting to. Suddenly this morning, it's like I can handle everything.
Ryan headquarters, Al Newton.
Yeah, I'd like to leave a message for Frank Ryan, please.
Yes, sir. You should hear from him later on.
Oh, that's fine. Look, would you tell him that his wife and Sheila, that's S-H-E-I-L-A, are having a cooking lesson at noon with Mrs. Lem. Now, if he'll stop by and ask for them in the kitchen, he can sample the result of one of their cooking lessons, and he'll meet Sheila. Have you got that?
If Frank wants to see his wife, sample the results of her cooking lesson, and meet Sheila, he should stop by Mrs. Lem's kitchen this noon.
You've got it. Thanks very much.
Where is it?
I wish I knew.
You didn't get a wedding dress.
Nope,
Well, why not?
nothing was right.
Mary, how many places did you go to?
Just two, but I looked at a lot of dresses.
All right, you went to one or two places. Mary, it takes time.
Dee, I can't spend my whole life on it. I got a news broadcast to write. You think Riverside's going to be interested in my account of the investigation of Manhattan bridal boutique?
Yeah, they might be.
Where's Mom?
It's in the kitchen.
You guys are nuts.
Oh, Mary. Pat, why doesn't she let me help her? You know what her problem is? Mary doesn't like to shop.
Nothing, huh?
Absolutely nothing. They were all too fussy or too plain or not enough something. I suppose it's my problem. Some deep-seated unconscious desire not to get married. Or guilt. That must be it.
Could be that you just didn't like any of the dresses that you did see.
I didn't.
Well, it's hard when you have a particular picture in your mind of what you want to look like on your wedding. It's hard to settle for anything less. Oh, here I've been blabbering my mouth away. All I wanted is to see what was in this box. I even got the scissors down.
box?
Yeah, from my sister from Ireland. Present.
A wedding present from Aunt Maura?
Mm-hmm.
How did she know?
Did you send her an invitation?
Well, I put one in a letter so she could see what it looked like. No chance on earth of her getting here.
Is it a shawl?
Oh,
Mother, it's a wedding veil.
oh, so it is.
Hers, do you think?
I believe so. Your grandmother made that for Maura the year you were born, darling.
Grandmother made your blouse, too, didn't she?
All by hand, even the lace. Oh, it's pretty.
Do you think that...
Do I think what?
Well, I was just wondering.
What?
Do you think if I wore Aunt Mora's wedding veil and your wedding blouse, do you think there'd be enough time to make a skirt to go with it? I mean, if you didn't mind my wearing it.
Mind? If I didn't mind? Darling, I thought you'd never ask. Aw.
Did you want me to wear it all along?
Well, the thought did cross my mind for a minute or two.
Oh, my, I've always loved that blouse. I loved it because it belonged to you. You know, it was your most precious possession from the most important day in your life. And I thought I should have a most precious possession to show my own daughter someday.
Well, I understood how you felt. But now it can belong to both of us.
Well, now I realize the image I was trying to create was of myself in your wedding blouse. I just wasn't sure you'd want to share it.
What could be so precious to me that I wouldn't want to share with you, my own daughter? Darling, you're part of me. I've made it a habit to be very good to myself. Come on, let's go upstairs and we'll fit a pattern to you in 5 minutes.
Oh, Ma. Come on. Oh, I love it.